Have you ever wondered how to solve for x when it's an exponent? I mean, let's say if you have 3 plus x equals 5. This would be easy. You would subtract both sides by 3. These two cancel. X equals 2. Life is great. But how do you solve for that? Well, if you have a calculator, it's going to be real fast. You ready? Type in log 5 divided by log 3. That is the answer. If your calculator doesn't have log, go to Google calculators and a calculator will pop up in Google search engine. But if you type this in, log 5 over log 3, you should get about 1.465. That's around an answer. And you can check your work. To see if it's right, type in 3 raised to the 1.465. Let me type it in the calculator. Let me see what I get. I get about 5.000145. So that's the answer. That's how you can solve for x when it's an exponent. But now let's actually solve this problem step by step. That was just a quick version of getting the answer. So let's say we have 3 to the x is equal to 5. The first thing you want to do is take the log of both sides. So you have log 3 raised to the x is equal to log 5. And then what you need to do is move this x to the front. That's a property of logs, and it's completely okay to do that. And that's what you have to do. And then so you get x log 3 is equal to log 5. And then you have to get x by itself. So you need to divide both sides by log 3. So these cancel. Log 5 over log 3, as you mentioned, was 1.4. What was it again? 1.465. So let's try another example, but one that's a little bit more complicated. So let's say if we have 5 raised to the 2x plus 3, and let's say that's equal to 8. So once again, take the log of both sides. So log 5 2x plus 3 is equal to log 8. Next, move this exponent to the front. So it's 2x plus 3 log 5 is equal to log 8. Now, don't distribute the log 5. Instead, divide both sides by log 5. So these cancel. Once you do that, we no longer have a parentheses. And in your calculator, type in log 8 divided by log 5. And let's get the decimal answer. Don't round too early. It's about 1.29203. And now we just got to solve for x. So we just got to subtract both sides by 3. So 2x is equal to negative 1.70797. And then divide by 2. So x is equal to, now I'm going to round it, negative 0.854. So now we're going to try a few more examples. But let's say if we have one that's a little bit more complicated. Let's say 3 raised to the x plus 2 is equal to 4 raised to the 2 minus x. So let's take the log of both sides. So log of this is equal to log of all of that. And let's move the exponents to the front. This one too. So in parentheses, it's going to be x plus 2 log 3 is equal to 2 minus x in parentheses log 4. Now let's get rid of the logs. Let's divide both sides by log 3. So this is going to become 1, and we're going to convert this into a decimal soon. So now this is x plus 2 equals 2 minus x. Log 4 divided by log 3 is about 1.2619. So we're going to distribute this number to both of these values. So 2 times 1.2619 is about 2.5237, and then minus 1.2619x. So we need to combine like terms. So let's add this to both sides. And let's subtract both sides by 2. So this is going to disappear and that's going to disappear. So 1x plus 1.2619 is about 2.2619x. And 2.5237 minus 2 is about 0.5237. And so let's divide both sides by this number. And so now we can get our answer for x. Which is about 0.2315. So that's the value of x. But there's some problems where you don't need to use logs. And let me give you an example. Let's say if you have 27x plus 1 is equal to 9, 3 minus x. For a problem like this, you don't need to use logs because 29 and 9, they share a common base, which is 3. How many 3's do you have to multiply to get to 27? 3 times 3 times 3. You need 3 3's to get to 27. So 3 to the third is 27, and you should replace it with that. And 3 squared, 3 times 2 is 9. So replace 9 with 3 squared. Now, when you raise one exponent to another exponent, you can multiply it. Or you should multiply it. And so it's going to be 3x plus 3. You got to distribute the 3. And 2 times 3 minus x is 6 minus 2x. So now that the bases are identical, you can now set the exponents equal to each other. So 3x plus 3 is equal to 6 minus 2x. So let's add 2x to both sides. And let's subtract 3 from both sides. So 2x plus 3x is 5x. And 6 minus 3 is 3. So x is 3 over 5. Let's try a few more examples. So let's say if we have 4x plus 2 is equal to 8, 3x minus 1. Now, feel free to pause the video and try this problem. Go ahead and solve it, and then when you're ready, unpause it and see what the answer is. So how many 2's do we have to use to get to 4? 2 squared is 4. And how many 2's do we have to multiply to get to 8? We need 3. 2 to the third power is 8. So that's the first step. You want to convert it into a common base. And now we need to multiply or distribute the 2 into x and 2. So 2 times x plus 2 is 2x plus 4. And 3 times 3x minus 1 is 9x minus 3. Now that the bases are identical, the exponents therefore are equal to each other. So 2x plus 4 is now equal to 9x minus 3. So let's add 3 to both sides. And at the same time, let's subtract both sides by 2x. So this cancels and that cancels. 3 plus 4 is 7. 9 minus 2x is 7x. If we divide both sides by 7, 1 is equal to x. And let's check it. Let's see if the answer is right. So if we plug in 1 for x, it's going to be 4. 1 plus 2 is equal to 8. 3 times 1 is 3. So we have 4 to the third power is equal to 8 squared. 4 to the third power, 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. 8 times 8 is also 64. So x is indeed 1. So let's try one more final example. Let's say if you have 16, 5x minus 2 is equal to 32, 3x plus 1. So pause the video, give this problem a shot. Try it and see if you can get the answer. So 2 to the fourth power is 16. And 2 to the fifth power is 32. If you want to know how to get the numbers 4 and 5, just do log 16 over log 2. That's how you get 4, because you want to change 16 into base 2. And log 32 over log 2 is 5. So now we got to distribute. 4 times 5x minus 2 is 20x minus 8. And here we have 15x plus 5. So now let's set the exponents equal to each other. So 20x minus 8 is equal to 15x plus 5. So here we're going to subtract both sides by 15x. So we're going to get 5x. And at the same time, we're going to add 8 to both sides. So this equals 13. So if we divide both sides by 5, x is equal to 13 over 5. So now you know how to solve for x when it is an exponent.